Let's talk about using your strengths. What are your current strengths and how can they help you reach your goals? First, you need to ask yourself, what do you do better than everyone else? The first thing that we're going to do is make a list of things that you can do better than anyone else. This is not a list of things you can do better than anyone else in the entire world, but this is a list of things you can do better than the people that you know or the people that you surround yourself with. Also, we're not going to include things that aren't going to help you on your road to success. For example, you might be the best chef in 3 countries, but unless you're planning on opening a restaurant, it's not going to help you with your entrepreneurial goals. But it is good to include things that don't directly relate to being an entrepreneur, but are strengths that can still help you. An example of this would be if you're good at inspiring people. This might not seem directly related to entrepreneurship, but if you're trying to launch a successful e-commerce website, being good at inspiring people can be useful in many different ways. You can inspire people to share your products on social media. You can inspire people to participate in and spread the word of contests that you run. As you're making a list, if you come across anything that you think might be related but not so sure, just write them down anyways. You're also going to be careful about adding things to your list that might be thought of as strengths at first, but are reasons that you have failed in the past. One example of this might be an attribute like flying by the seat of your pants instead of planning out in advance. This could go on your list as a self-starter or ready to jump in a moment's notice, but if it hasn't served you well in the past, you probably don't want to add it to your list of strengths. You're also going to want to include technical and artistic skills that might not seem directly related but could come in handy later on. For example, you might be great at graphic design, you might simply be a natural technical wizard, you might even be a writer. You can write all of those down. Think about some of these strengths as they relate to your goals of being successful, including the earlier example of a chef. While culinary arts might not help you start an e-commerce website, the patience that you've developed as a chef could help. The next thing that you're going to do is determine what sort of attributes the most successful people in the world have, or especially the people that you admire. These can be both wide and specific, depending on what your particular goals are. For example, they need to be good at whatever industry they're in, and they're probably also going to want to be skilled in things like social networks, choosing products, building business relationships, and marketing. You're going to want to be as specific as you possibly can, because at the end, we're going to compare the 2 lists and try to find how many strengths you have already that can help you become successful. The more things that you list out, the more things that you're likely going to discover true about yourself. This exercise isn't actually about finding all the qualities that entrepreneurs need to succeed. It's more about realizing that you already have the attributes to be successful. And you do, because you're watching this video right now. People who aren't motivated to better understand themselves and reach their goals are watching videos about success. They tend to avoid this subject as much as possible because it reminds them of their failures. Here are some more apparent attributes just to get you started. The first one is determination. It's about how you have the idea or attitude that you're going to succeed no matter what, no matter who stands in your way and no matter what obstacles you encounter. Another important one is a passion for entrepreneurship. If you aren't passionate about working for yourself and owning your own business, it can be almost impossible for you to be successful at it. Then there's optimism. You're optimistic about the future. You believe that good things are in store for you, and your outlook is almost always a glass half full kind of mindset. Then there's patience. You're willing to work over a long period of time to get the results that you want. You're not going to give up if it doesn't happen quickly. Then you should be reliable. You'll be able to handle the responsibility of being an entrepreneur. You have a reputation of being reliable, so people are willing to work with you. Here's a quick homework from this video. Let us know in the comment section down below what is your strength. In the next video of the series, let's take a look at the opposite of what we talked about today, which is your weaknesses. You can find the link in the description box or right over here on your screen. See you over there in the next video.